Today we are talking about how to find the volume of a sphere. Honestly, because a sphere really only has two potential dimensions, it's pretty easy. Our possibilities are the radius, which is halfway across a sphere, or the diameter, which is all the way across a sphere. That's about it that you can get from the sphere, at least that we're going to be using. Certainly there's more things that you could learn from a sphere. So the formula for the volume of the sphere is what I have on the screen. 4/3, so the fraction 4/3, times pi, which often we just use 3.14, times the radius cubed. It's radius cubed because a sphere is three-dimensional, but with radius being one of the only dimensions, that's the thing we have to multiply 3 times. So let me give you an example. If I have a sphere, well, sure, that's a sphere, and they tell us that the radius is 4 inches. Well, then in my calculator, I'm just going to type 4/3 times pi, or 3.14, times 4 cubed, so 4 to the power of 3. Now, when I type that in my calculator, I actually get a really long decimal. So you'd have to read the directions and find out if the directions tell you to round or maybe write it as a fraction instead. So mine, if I round it, is 267.95 inches cubed. But if I change it into a fraction, it is 267/75 inches cubed. So you just have to read the directions there. So that's one type of problem, really straightforward. I literally just put 4 to the power of 3. That was the whole thing. Another type of problem that you could see is like this, and maybe they tell you all the way across the sphere is 10 yards. Well, all the way across is called the diameter. So you just have to cut that in half, and halfway across is the radius, which is 5. So then again, we do 4/3 times, in my calculator I'm doing 3.14, or pi, times 5 to the power of 3. That's 5 cubed. So 4/3 times pi times 5 to the power of 3, or 5 cubed, and that equals 523.3, repeating, yards cubed. And read if it says round, so 0.33 would be rounding to the nearest hundredth, or as a fraction, 523 1/3 yards cubed. And that is finding the volume of a sphere.